Hey guys, my name is Connor and I'm going to be helping you set up the Skym app, an expressive MIDI controller app for Ableton. It'll only take you 5 to 10 minutes to start making sounds like these. You only need 3 things for this setup: an iOS device, a USB cable, and Ableton on a Mac. So the first thing you need to do is visit our setup page. This is where you'll check compatibility. Skym only works with iOS, Mac, and Ableton. Then you're going to enter your email and you'll receive downloads, installers, presets. Alright, let's jump into the technical part of this setup. If you need to look at the instructions step by step, just remember that they are written out on the setup page on our website. In order for Skym to automatically map to the first 4 macros of any Ableton device, we will use a remote script. In Ableton's browser, we're going to scroll down to the user library, and if you don't already have this folder, create it. It's called Remote Scripts, and make sure you spell it exactly like that. Then, in the downloads that we sent you over the email, open up Ableton Controller Script and drag the Skym folder into the Remote Scripts folder. In order to get started right away with some presets, we're going to open the Skym starter pack.alp. Here we're going to select a destination to install it. Note that you cannot install this under a current project or a user library. So I like to create a folder called Skym Packs under my Ableton folder. In order to connect your iOS device to your Mac as a MIDI controller, you need to enable it in the Audio MIDI Setup app on your Mac. Open the Skym app on your iOS device and connect it to your Mac with a USB cable. You might have to select Trust this device on your iOS device if you have not already. Your Mac might give you a pop-up that an update is needed to connect to your iOS device, but I've found that this can be ignored and Skym will still work. Press Enable under your iOS device, and now Ableton can see your iOS device as a MIDI controller. Quit and reopen Ableton. Doing so will allow us to access our newly installed script. Now in Ableton, go to File, Open Project, and we're going to open up the ALP starter pack that we installed earlier. Under Music, Ableton, Skym Packs. You'll see this is basically a project file. Once the starter project has loaded, open up Live Settings, go to Link, Tempo, and MIDI, and under Control Surface, scroll down to Skym. Select your iOS device as both the input and output. And under Input ports, Track, and under Output ports, Track and Sync should be checked. Alright, now we're all set up and ready to make some sounds. Make sure you arm the first track in this project, and then right-click on the device and select Lock to Control Surface, Skym. This is a safety so that we don't end up messing up a bunch of macros on other devices that we selected. Now you should be able to touch your iOS device and perform these sounds. So when we're performing an instrument with Skym, you'll notice that we're sending it a note and automatically controlling 4 parameters at once: X, Y, speed, and gate. But what if we only want to control the macros for effects and not send a note? In that case, we will touch the sine wave icon on the Skym app. That will turn off note mode and will allow us to only control effects and macros. Now select the gated time demo track and lock Skym to the Skym speed delay device. So performing effects is when we really use the 4th macro, the gate macro. In this case, the gate is what is bringing in and out the effect. This is controlled by whether we are touching or releasing. Now, if you want to have access to all of these presets, we can easily navigate to the current project in the browser and drag over Skym effects into your places, and then drag over Skym instruments into your places. Now you can use these when you're producing and not have to reopen this project. All right, you've reached the end of the Skym setup. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it all makes sense. And if you want some more sounds to play with, you can check out our preset section on our website. And if you had any issues setting up, you can check out the support section on our website. We're happy to help. I hope this tool helps you connect more with your process and make music that's easier, quicker, and sounds more like you.